How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to Dicey Decisions, where we roll dice, spin stories, and play some Dungeon. Before I go into my opening spiel, I really wanted to make sure that I shouted out the creators of Sina Una. They had a successful campaign. It was completely funded. I'm so excited for this new content to be coming out. You should definitely go check it out. I'm going to be putting a link in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening on a podcast, please be sure to go look up the Islands of Sina Una. The campaign was successful. They had like 3 days left before they got 100% funded, and it is so exciting to see this coming to life. Once again, Sina Una is about pre-colonial Philippine mythology, and it's brought into a 5e setting. There's new classes, new archetypes. There's new monsters, new spells, a whole campaign setting. It is fucking amazing, and you should definitely go check it out. So now that I've gushed for however long this intro is, please join me on tonight's episode of Dicey Decisions. Last we left our story, you three adventurers, Helga, Cat, and Soot, had all taken a job from one Artur Grain, eccentric inventor and wealthy arcanist, to investigate one of her elixite mines that had stopped sending correspondence. Oran decided to come with, and Gur stayed behind to undergo repairs on his arms. There was a little tension between Oran and Soot that was unable to be resolved before you were suddenly attacked by a stony humanoid, possibly once human, with a sickeningly brightly glowing yellow crystal embedded where one of its eyes should be. So you were attacked by this strange humanoid, unnaturally strong creature that, with a roar, struck out at Helga. And suddenly the entire mining area comes to life with other aberrations. 2 fiery orcs, 3 icy once-human creatures, and a shifting, swirling storm that was once maybe a pale gray orc. And thus, the battle begins.
Roll lay initiative.
You do, because you were asleep last time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the recap, by the way. Natural 20, so that's a 21.
Ooh, nice.
Wait, did we roll initiative, Tiffany?
You all already did last time. I wrote it down.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
there's
I
actually
don't
a
remember.
couple
I don't
of
remember
notes.
that.
Yeah, it's actually kind of good that you didn't, that you rolled a natural 20 because you don't have your sword out. You specified that, Katrina. And also, Helga, you actually, yes, you actually
When?
took, last session, you said you didn't have your sword out. You said, I don't summon my
Actually,
sword.
no, I don't summon my sword. I just take out my shield.
When was that? I genuinely don't remember saying that.
Yeah, last session you were like,
No,
you know,
no,
actually...
I remember that too because we were very hesitant to come into this part of the dungeon or cavern or whatever mining shaft this is, because we thought that there was like I don't know, a dying creature here, and we didn't want to scare it, or at least that's what I assume Kat thought.
I don't know. I genuinely have no memory of this. I was asleep.
It's okay, because before you fell asleep, you said you didn't have your thing out, so... It's fine, don't worry about it. We're good.
Question.
Answer.
I can just bonus action my sword to my hand, right? I can summon it?
You can, but that's a bonus action.
Okay.
Egg, you're a bonus action.
You're a bonus action. All right, that
Can
and
bone
the
this
only other
action.
note that I wanted to make, because as I was listening back to our last episode, I realized when this guy hit you, Helga, he rolled a natural 20, so he didn't do 7 damage. He did 14.
Ouch.
I already adjusted your hit points accordingly, though. So you're
Oh,
welcome.
thank you.
Do I
And the
get anything
temporary-
special? Do I get anything special from a natural 20 on initiative? I've never actually rolled a nat 20 on initiative before.
So a lot of people house rule differently.
You go super first.
You go super first. So the way I will do this is if you roll a natural 20, you go first, no matter what your total is. So if somebody rolled like a 24, but they rolled a 19, you would still go first.
Okay, cool.
Because that natural 20, I still like to reward. But that's kind of the most I'm really going to push the rules because, you know, you can only be so fast. But natural 20... Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because I know you get penalized for a natural
it's 51
one.
and mostly cloudy.
No,
Right, it's
no.
predicted to be 52
Stop,
and mostly
computer.
cloudy.
Why?
What?
Man, that's weird.
Wait, hold on. Just checking. You also took when you took away Helga's hit points. Did you also take account the temporary hit points?
That was y'all's responsibility.
Well, if you did
I
their
don't-
hit points for them, I just want you.
How many extra hit
Fine.
points would they have?
They have 5. Like that's what everyone should have marked on their character sheet right now.
Okay, so I will add 5 because they were at... Helga was at, like, total hit points when I subtracted hit points, so I don't think that they put them in.
It appears not.
Well,
Everybody
it's-
has-
it is
I was
fixed.
also like, if not all the way, half then half at least asleep at the end of last session.
Well, hopefully nobody falls asleep in the middle of a battle, because that would suck.
Yeah.
Anyway, your cleric tells you that you have 5 extra hit points.
Thank
Use
you,
it,
cleric.
use it, know it.
Everybody say
Hey,
thank you,
Kenneth.
Cleric.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, Cleric.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, Kit, you remember last time I fell asleep in a battle and I blew a solo?
Yep. Good times.
Oh,
Remember
God.
one time I
Be
fell
fair.
asleep IRL and Helga almost died? Yeah, good times.
So you got your work cut out for you.
Yep.
All right, let's
And
not
this
make
is the
this
thing they
let's not make this battle music loop too many times, or you'll get sick of it. Excuse me. So, first up is Katrina. You are let me kind of set the stage for you, although you can see the map. You are standing on this precipice of a zigzaggy path that moves down into this large space, almost maybe 50 feet, 100 feet on... That's a big difference. It's like 100 feet by 100 feet, but it goes a little further down into the earth. There is a central spire that kind of reaches up in the center of this space, around which you saw that swirling dust cloud that resolved into that strange pale orcish form. To your far left, there is a... Well, to the east, we'll say. To the far east is... those 3 ice-like beings, think a la the Titans from Hercules. But just the ice one, and not 500 feet tall, and
not copyright infringement.
And not copyright infringement. No, I made all these whatchamacallits, all these tokens for these monsters. I did this. I made this.
I did this.
I did this. But the main problem that seems to be facing you is this hulking, stony humanoid form of what may have once been a miner, because they have this pickaxe that's been grafted to their arm by whatever transformation they underwent, and they just struck out at Helga, coming out from the wall, almost like they were made from the stone itself.
Like in frackin' Davy Jones,
In Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah, pretty much like that, where he just comes through it, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so Stone Guy, I remember that certain magics didn't work, so I'm just gonna test on him. I bonus action summon my sword.
Alright.
Going to firebolt him.
You're
Just
going
to
to
test
firebolt
it.
him. Alright.
To see if I can be melee, or to see if I need to... If I need to be melee, or if I can stay back and magic this bitch.
Sure, you're like 15 feet away, but you can go ahead and blast out at him, like narrowly missing Soot's head. But go ahead and roll your attack for the firebolt.
16.
16. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 fire damage.
11. All right. He is actually not resistant to fire damage. So, actually, as this guy strikes out at Helga and turns to roar at the rest of you, your firebolt collides with his head, and it bursts in a shower of stony embers and ashen pieces, and there's this golden shattering of the energy as his eye breaks open, and whoever he was, he falls over dead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bye.
He was kind of squishy.
I mean, you hit him with magic damage. I expected you to go ahead and strike out.
Huh. I'm gonna shout out, Helga, are you okay? There's more of them. And yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Next up, Helga.
Duh. Well, whatever's happening, I would like to do a rage. And
How about now? Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Let me see. A distance away from you.
About a distance.
Let me see.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I'm terrible at saying words today. I'll say about 50 feet away from you is one of the ice creatures, but it's up a ledge, so you may not even be able to get to it directly.
Oh.
It's about a 5-foot ledge, so you'd probably just be able to get to it if you used your full movement.
I want to kill it.
All right, so you charge directly at it.
No
Wait,
killing.
hold on, though. I have
You do
I
have your
have
lightning
a-
spear.
I have a lightning spear, so I can
It's technically a javelin.
run up a little closer to get better aim, and then throw a lightning spear at it.
You can get to a spot where you could basically get 2 of them in one shot if you so desired.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Sure, so you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a completely straight shot at them.
Okay.
Oh, I need to resend the map. My bad.
Good.
Okay, I roll to hit. That is 10 plus 4, 14.
To hit.
Yes.
All right. Let me actually. What are the how does that item work again? Let me see. I've got it right here. Okay, so
I was going to say.
you make a weapon attack against the target. Oh, yeah. So, wait a second. It transforms into a bolt of lightning 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Whoop-de-doo. Each creature in the line has to make a dexterity saving throw, period.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Oh, so you only had to roll to hit the second one. So the first one just rolls a saving throw. So it's a DC 13. Let me find the stats for this motherfucker. There it is. That's dexterity. Natural 20. So it only takes half damage. That's fine.
Okay. Oh, but I get to roll damage.
You do get to roll damage, so that's 4d6 lightning damage.
4d6 lightnings.
Yep. And so, the second one, since you rolled a... What'd you get for the, 2 hit for the actual javelin?
14.
14. That does hit. So, the second one takes full damage. So go ahead and roll that 4d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
Plus the, plus an additional d6 for the actual javelin as it pierces into the icy, humanoid.
So it's 14 lightning.
All right.
And 6, 4, and then 10 damage to the one that I hit with the actual javelin itself.
All right. Wait, so what'd you do?
So it's 1d6 plus 4 piercing, right?
Yes.
So that's 10 damage to the one I actually hit, and then I got 14 damage, or 14 lightning damage. So that would be a total of 24 to the first one, and then half of 14, so 7 to the second one.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Trust me, I took a really long nap. I'm good at math now.
Oh, you're good at math now. Okay, cool. I'll just
That's
take your word
definitely
for it.
how it works.
I'll definitely
It's
take your word
absolutely
for it.
how that works. They're so powerful now.
Well, yeah, anyway, so the two of them, so you throw the this javelin, you run up to the side of the wall and just yeet your javelin as you do. These things are fucking squishy as hell. And are immediately annihilated, both of them.
Oh no!
Bye-bye.
I can't like talk to them. I feel so bad. I feel like they were just normal people and they just got oopsed into monsters.
They
Yeah.
also have a
Well,
bright...
now they just got oops dead.
They do appear to be people if they were frozen in ice for 1,000 years and then broke themselves out. Their bodies are, the one that's remaining, because one of them is just vaporized by the lightning and the other one is just pierced and kind of pinned against the wall. Like, back here. And, like, its body is starting to, like, the icy parts are starting to melt and, like, its human bodies, the human parts are kind of, like, kind of slying off a little bit. It's kind of grody.
Undead, I see.
It's both of them are very dead. Is there you still have I want to say 20 feet of movement still?
I do?
No, you have 10 feet of movement still. If you'd like to do
Why are
something.
you lying to me? 10 feet of movement. So let's see, we were over by the ledgy thing. No, I'm good. I'd like to stay close to my squad.
Alright, so you'll move back towards them a little bit.
Be-
Totally fine. Yeah, you're all still pretty close together. Alright, so that's it for your turn, unless, no, that was your bonus action, your action, and your... that. Yep. So, Soot, your turn.
I would like. Okay, so the closest one is the ice guy, and it does. And the two fire people, they don't seem to be rushing us yet.
They haven't had their turn yet, but all of them seem to react in a hostile manner when you all created a commotion.
Might just be scared.
Yeah. Okay, tell me, would I need to do a check to see if I could tell they're undead?
Is that not
So
a
it would
cleric
understand
ability?
them? Well, no, I'm just saying this in terms of like Soot's background because he's dealt with undead before.
Go ahead and
Would he-
roll. Tell you what, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Kana. Okie dokie. Let's not open that. And ooh, music stopped. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. It's a 2.
Oh, so yeah, you see these things, and I can genuinely tell you, you've never seen anything like these people before. And it's just you're baffled, and they seem to be like they seem to react so dangerously, and one of them like put a really solid hit on Helga, but just fell apart like dust and glass as soon as they were like barely tapped. Also, you guys rolled like super high on your initiative, so and they rolled super balls on their initiative.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use my full movement to get to Helga.
Yay.
Okay.
Cast Healing Word.
Okay. So you want to move up to Helga to do that?
You're healing my word.
I'm healing you, dog.
So what's the range
Yeah.
on Healing Word? You don't have to move like.
That's a
to
bonus.
her.
Actually, no. Yeah, actually, okay. No, I'll stick close to the party because it's only 60 feet. I just scream. Soot cups his beak and screams.
What
to
does he
heal
scream?
Helga. Safety!
Aw.
All right, go ahead and roll your healing.
Let me do that real quick. Ooh, a 4 plus. Hold on. I should know this by now. 4 plus 4. 8. For 8. So,
You
you're
just
healed
have
for
to do
8.
4+4, Tim.
Listen, I didn't take a nap.
I love you so
I'm not
much
that-
here.
I didn't take a nap, so my math skills are below garbage.
You know what? This correlates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
God.
drinking a tea.
Y'all are spectacular. All right.
Mm.
Anything else? That was your bonus action. What else would you like to do with your turn? You still have your
Um,
action and a movement.
Could I save my action as like a could I save my action to cast okay, here's what I want to do. I want to save my action to cast Burning Hands in the case one of the ice golems rushes me or my friends, and I'm gonna try to get like midway between Helga and the party.
All right. We'll shove you about midway between, and you're going to hold your action until something gets close enough within range for you to cast Burning Hands. All right, so you see Soot start to move his hands and mutter to himself, and the light in the area, like in his immediate area, starts to sparkle and fold in very sharp patterns, and then you see some white gold flames kind of flicker around his hands, and he's like preparing to cast.
He's doing that thing like from El Dorado, like
I was like, what the hell kind of noise is that?
Oh boy.
All right,
when I-
cool. So, thank you for that. Sweet. Okay, so that is Soot's turn. It would be the stone. It would be the stone corruption's turn, but he did.
Yeah,
So now
sorry
it's the
about that.
corrupted ice. Now it's the corrupted ice turn. And that bitch has quite a bit of movement. 10, 15, 20, 25. Ooh. So this one's going to charge for it's on a bit of a precipice, and it saw its two companions, question mark, absolutely annihilated in one blow from this hulking. Oh yeah, Helga's hulked out too. So like this hulking
Rawr.
white-haired monstrosity just bellowing her rage, and unafraid it leaps off of the it charges forward and leaps off and just sprints at Helga.
I don't like that.
Its arms, the ice quickly grows across its arms to make these pointed basically javelin hands that it slices out at you, Helga.
Not
this
allowed.
This one has weird effects. I'm hoping it hits. So
Oh, thank you for that. Glad
Whoop.
to know you liked it. Like,
so that
my
is a
character.
modified 20 to hit, which I assume
Yeah,
hits.
that's a hit.
Okay, cool. Just checking, you know. You can never be too sure. All right, so now I have to roll. All right, so initially you take first off, you take I can't fucking read these dice. 1 piercing damage
1. Okay.
plus a random effect.
Oh.
I hate that.
As it pierces, not very much, it does a little bit of a scratch, but suddenly you feel this tingling sensation, like grazes past your arm, and you deflect
I
it.
don't
And
like that.
you barely feel it, except there's a strange tingling effect, and you've actually seen this effect before when you were fighting a very large snake monster.
I hate it.
As ice expands in a 15-foot radius from the point of contact in a shower of ice crystals, and the area around you becomes difficult terrain.
Oh.
I'm going to draw
So there's
a
ice
shape.
around me?
Yeah, it grows like around your arm and just like kind of like shards shatter all over the place. It doesn't really do too much damage to you, but it's still a bit of a moment. I'm gonna mark that.
Hot twist, Helga's so used to snow that she doesn't get difficult terrain.
Ha.
Helga can
Anyway.
argue that.
Yeah, so anyway, that's difficult terrain now, unless you have something that can reduce difficult
No.
terrain, which you don't! So anyway. So yeah,
You said
that's
that right as I sneezed, and I was like really sketched out for a second. I was like, what just happened?
my bad.
Super
Alright,
dope.
so that's that turn. It is now the fire one's toins, and they can only
Feel
move
that
so
bless you.
far. So they go 5, 10,
I'm
15,
gonna,
20,
I'm
25,
gonna
30.
shift around a little bit for a second. I'm sorry it's gonna be loud. I'm just trying to make my shoulder behave.
Yeah,
The
behave.
The
Shoulders.
fiery creatures kind of rush forward. One of them starts to go up the zigzag ramp to get up towards you. The other one kind of moves down below just to see what's going on, which now moves us to the wind creature, which has a...
That's what that
Wind.
is.
The fart
it's-
creature?
Yep.
Fart.
It's been hovering kind of like in the center of the area watching all of this. And what it does is it hovers up higher. So now it's kind of floating off the ground about 30 feet in the air. So it's about level with you all, but a little above. And it kind of reaches out its arm, which is like barely even formed. It's all like swirling and jagged, comprised of tiny little particulates. And some of the particles shoot out towards you, and a storm sphere forms right here,
Oh, fuck.
encompassing 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me see. It's going to put it
Make sure you
right.
describe it to Kit, because they can't see.
It's going to center it directly on... Yeah, so that space is now difficult. It's just swirling winds and smoke, and it's just, it's rough. But also...
Blistering winds and scorching deserts.
And it's going to climb to the highest room in the tallest tower. And actually a lot of the rocks in the area around you start whipping around in that wind. So I need... Let me see. It's going to fire it at Squishy Little Burb. Because of reasons.
Not the
Burning
baby.
hands! Well,
But,
this
so
doesn't do
Soot,
anything, does it?
you're kind of hard to see. Burning hands, nothing's within range.
Me.
And you barely duck out of the way as a heavy, like almost the size of your fist rock just whizzes past your head. But it doesn't do any damage. All right, back to the top of the round, Katrina. It is there. A lot has just happened. There is swirling winds. It is super hard to hear, and the area that you are currently in is difficult terrain.
I see.
I didn't roll for Oran.
No, you
I
did
don't
not.
like that.
He goes after you.
Okay.
Useless music, man.
We'll say he was surprised last round.
It's fair.
I'm gonna say, look, if you can hear us in any way, we don't want to fight you. You attacked us, and I'm going to hold Firebolt until one of them tries to attack one of us.
All right. Go ahead and
No, this is-
roll.
Speak for yourself, cat.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I'm working on it.
Make sure you toggle.
Toggle, toggle, toggle.
Or maybe don't toggle and just roll twice.
Got it. Persuasion, you said?
Yep.
Persuasion with disadvantage. That would be a 14.
All right.
Terrible.
Yeah, so you call that out and your voice seems to get kind of torn away from you by the whipping winds, and you're not even sure if anything heard you. It's hard to see, but we will see what happens on their turn.
I'm gonna hold Firebolt again if any of them try to hurt me.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I back up out of the. I said I didn't move myself. Back up out of difficult terrain.
Sure. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I moved it. Oh, did you move me back?
I had clicked it at the exact moment you had. You want to be
Fair.
right there?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So you can see all of the current threats except for the ice one, but we'll see where that goes. All right. It is Oran's turn. Oran doesn't really know how to feel about this. He kind of has his hand crossbow up that he just kind of keeps it aside. You've barely ever seen him use. And he is going to actually he's going to hide in the he's just gonna hide.
Soot's opinion of him has gone. Wait.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
Roll for insight.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so he is going to use his bonus action to inspire he's going to say, oh, Helga, you've got this, you're gonna be great! Yeah, sure, fuck it. Yeah, that's kind of the best he can do. So you now have a 1d8 bardic inspiration to use within the next minute.
Hey! 1d8? Do I roll that or do you roll that?
You would roll that when you decide to use it. It can be used on any ability check or saving throw. Ability check, attack. Yeah, ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
All right.
But you have to call it before the result, right?
You have to call it out before I tell you whether or not you succeeded.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
So, he does that, and he's going to, kind of, yeah, he's gonna kind of stand there and use his, Fey stealth, because he is a wood elf. So he's going to,
Good job, stealth boy.
Way to go, stealth boy.
well, he didn't do very well.
Oh. Not a
He
good
kind of
job,
just
stealth
hunkers
boy.
down. He kind of just hunkers down a little bit, but like the winds kind of part as soon as he hunkers down. He's just kind of standing there awkwardly with his
Good last
crossbow.
item.
Hunker.
He's like, hey,
Jesus
you're laughing at the
Christ,
squishy boy.
Soot, be nice.
All right, next up, Helga. You have an enemy in front of you, and you are inspired.
I want to attack that guy.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on, that's a d12. I do not want to roll that. Alright. Oh, and I'm attacking with my thingamajiggy this time.
With your...
With my dick.
yes, it has 3 charges per day. Your dick.
Yeah, got a cooldown period of about 15 minutes.
3 charges every dawn.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna... 5... Hold on. Maybe I'm not good at math.
What are you trying to do?
I'm using my great
You're
axe.
not.
So that's
So you're
12.
activating
I'm gonna
your...
use my inspiration to attack because I'm only at a 12 so far with my great axe.
Okay.
12 plus 4, 16 to hit.
All right. Go back to that one. I was looking at the wrong one. 16 to hit? Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hooray! 12. 2 plus 4, 6, and then 7, 8. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Mhm.
It shatters.
Bye-bye.
However, the ice that it created still remains.
Fuck you. Ice. Alright.
Is there anything you would like to do? Moving or what have you?
Get off the ice.
All right. So that's 5, 10. So currently you're on the edge of this storm sphere. So if you stepped forward, you'd be out of it, but you'd still be on the ice.
Alright,
take
let me
about-
get out of the storminess then.
All right. So you're out of the storm sphere. You're out of the ice. You turn around and look behind you, and there's just a sphere of swirling clouds and dust, and you can't see any of your companions, but you do see floating in the middle of the air this strange incorporeal being that's shifting and wavering, and these 2 glowing green, sickly green eyes staring at you. And you can just barely see one of the fire creatures down at the bottom of the ravine.
I don't like that. I want it to go away.
It is about, I would say 60, 70 feet away from you. No, closer to 50. 50 feet away from you, but it's floating in the air.
Fuck that thing.
You can try to move closer, but you wouldn't be able to reach it from here.
As you said, I wouldn't be able to attack it on this round.
Nope, but you can get to your javelin if you so desired.
Yeah, I want to get my javelin back.
Alright, so you already moved, 5, 10,
Ball
15.
fast javelin.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You can get to the top of the precipice, but you wouldn't be able to get to your javelin until next turn when you use your movement.
I'm gonna need that javelin,
All right.
so I'm gonna move towards it to try and get it.
Yes. Did you did you activate a charge of your bear gloves? Is
No,
what you
not
said?
yet.
Oh, you didn't do that. Okay, cool. I misunderstood you earlier. All right, because right now you cannot see the floating creature because there's a anyway, we'll get to that later. Soot, you're up.
Okay.
I'll send you a new picture.
I would like to get out of the storm. Fuck. There's icy terrain that way. I guess. Going this way?
I'm
Movement
gonna have to see that again one more time.
this way.
That way? You want to move that way?
Yeah.
All right.
Right at the edge of the storm.
Sure. So that's a lot of difficult terrain, however. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You actually can just only get to the edge of the storm. You're not even out of it.
Really not even going diagonally?
No, because you were like right here, right?
This is like the old Pokemon games. You can't go diagonal.
That's silly. That's silly in my
I
opinion.
mean, you'll still be, no matter what, because you were like basically the center of this thing, you won't be able to get out.
Hate this storm.
You can get to right about here, but like you're still like half in, half out, unless you wanted to use your action to do that. By the way, since you were holding your action for you know, burning hands, that does fizzle.
Oh, do I still have to?
You still do have to mark off the spell slot, yeah.
Dang, man.
That's the
sucks.
risk. That's the risk of holding your action. It's got to get triggered.
Silly fool. Well, I'm trying to get towards Helga.
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 The Pokemon. Helga.
Helga.
Downport.
Oh no.
TM, not our brand. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to Helga and would like to, I guess, cast resistance for myself as an action.
You can either move to
Let
Helga
me-
or cast
Well, hold
resistance.
on. Yeah, I see. That is an action.
It's Soot static.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna dash for Helga.
Okay. So do you want to get, you get to the bottom of this ledge and it's about 5 feet up. So if you stretch your arms, you might be able to reach the top. Are you trying to climb up with Helga or are you just going to stay down there?
I'm gonna assume Helga's gonna come down.
Okay.
It's like, pick me up!
Put
Were
your
you
arms up
dashing
to be
through the
picked up.
snow? Oh.
I would take a screen cap for you, but I can't send pics. Hold on.
What? I sent a picture of the new like arrangement. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
Soot moved towards you and is now adjacent to you.
Give
My
me,
little baby.
Michael, give me options to send pics on the Dad Squad chat.
Why can't I? Ah! One sec.
I don't know. Why can't you die?
Why can't you die, Michael?
I don't
Why can't you
know.
die?
Why can't you? Yes.
Why can't you? Yes.
You can put pictures in now. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Anything for the rest of your turn?
That's it.
Okay.
No bonus action, no nothing. I'm good.
Okay,
She
cool.
just wanted to send a picture.
Sweet. So, it's the
My
fire
bonus
creatures'
action.
turns now. And
Was
they're
that-
going to... Yeah, they're going to
Oh.
charge 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one actually gets all the way up to you, Katrina.
I release Firebolt.
Yeah, as it crests over the top, it kind of rushes forward you like a almost the way like a forest fire kind of rolls over things. It doesn't even seem to climb. It just moves up over the ledge at you, and you shoot out your firebolt. I don't even need to make you roll because it is ineffective.
But yeah, it's the fire ones. Titties. Okay, well. I didn't expect the fire ones to be the ones that rushed me, but whatever.
No, it's fine.
Maybe I should have had, like,
It happens.
something else prepared.
However, they do get up to you. Actually, they don't get adjacent to you, but they do get to the top of the ledge, and both of them... yeah. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I need you to make a dexterity saving.
Dex save 17.
17. All right, so you do save, so you're not set on fire. However, you do take 15 fire damage. And yeah, that's their turn.
Wow.
Yeah, so they both blast that at you. So that's their turn. And the wind creature is going to whip up another rock. This time at the squishy fellow. Seems to be trying to hide. Geez, that really fucking blows.
Ha, is that a wind joke?
Not intentionally.
But you didn't.
But I did it. Actually, that does not hit Oren. Snot seems to be able to hit people with the rocks. That's unfortunate.
Wait, are you sad that it can't hit Oran with a rock?
I like to be able to use my abilities.
Fair. I thought you just wanted Oran to die.
Nobody has
I was
really
like,
ended
wow,
their
that's
turn there except for Oren. He actually takes 2d6 bludgeoning because he ended his turn there.
Ow.
So yeah, Oren does take 6 points of damage, or 8 points of damage.
You spoke too soon.
Yep, takes 8 points of damage.
Hmm.
Yep, so this thing is going to actually jump into the fray. So let me see. It can move. How far can it move? That fast. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And it can bonus action up to you. So actually, with a swirling of wind, suddenly there is a rather large cloud that seems a little more solid up close of a what maybe was once a pale orc, and out of the kind of swirling form that it has resolves a very solid looking great axe, and it's going to make an attack at each of you.
Oh, fuck me.
For Soot, that is a 19.
Yeah, that hits. Fuck
And
you, that hits.
And for Helga, that is a 14.
That hit. That hit.
That hit. Okay, so Soot, you take... Oh, that's okay. I've rolled a 1, so you only take 5 slashing damage. Soot.
Temporary hit points, baby.
Oh, wait, no. Does a tie hit?
A tie does hit, yes.
Okay, that's
Because
what I
that is your
thought.
target. And Helga, you take 7 slashing damage reduced to 3, because you're raging.
Hey.
Alright, cool. And that is its, let me see, how far did it move to get to you? Right here. Used up only 40 feet of its movement, so it's going to use the rest of its movement to fly straight up and back a little bit, which means the both of you do get attacks of opportunity on it.
Yee. Not me, but yee. Right, Soot and Helga, right?
Yes,
Does a 15 hit?
it does not. You whiff. Or you don't whiff, but like your weapon kind of passes through it and it doesn't seem to do any damage.
Alright, you said I get attack of opportunity as
Yeah.
well.
A single melee
Gonna
attack
go-
of opportunity.
Melee? Okay.
It has to be melee, unless you've taken a certain feat.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it with the great axe.
Go ahead.
Dang. 9.
9 to hit. That
Yeah.
also just passes through its body.
Wow, I hate it.
Alright, next up is Katrina. What are you doing?
I am going to. There are what? Boop, 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 2 fire ones right in front of me, and my
Mhm.
sword is already
Your sword is out.
out.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm just going to take a swing at the first one.
Alright. You're going to move
Do
up to
it.
them
I
and attack.
Clink. Modified to 20.
Totally hits.
So on that first attack, that is 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
On-
You slice
on the
through it
first
and
boy.
Yep, you slice through it and it is not immediately destroyed. It's a miracle.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, with my second hit, I'm going to hit the other one.
Go for it.
That is a modded 23.
Alright, totally hits. Go ahead and roll damage. You said you're hitting the second one?
I
Alright.
didn't hit the other one. And that's 12 points on that one.
Alright, that one seems to be mostly smoke and fumes, but the two of them, they don't seem to be very solid forms, especially after you wailed on them, but they're still kicking. They're still there. And they roar at you in that horrible, horrible, twisted manner.
Ew.
Ugh.
Ew.
Thanks,
I
I hate
just-
it.
And I just go, "Rah! Yourself!"
Alright, next up is
That's
Oren.
bad.
Oren is, sick of being in this thing, and he's going to step out, 5, 10, 15, 20, and he's gonna, like, run out behind you going, ah, ah, and run past you a little bit, and he's gonna just kind of mutter under his breath, ah, fuck it!
Yeah.
And he's
fuck
going
it.
to, let me see, what, he's going to cast a spell. He's going to cast, yeah, he's gonna cast Thunder Wave. So, you watch as he, kind of prepares himself and steps forward to get you, out of the blast zone, and, swings his mandolin off of the back and strikes what sounds like a heavy metal power chord, which, none of you have ever heard before except for Helga. You've seen him do this once before, and, and those fuckers need to make a Constitution saving throw. Which is a +3, but that's a fail. And that is a 13, which is, what's his? I don't see where his, spellcasting thing is.
You.
Does it not have, It's not showing his, spellcasting thing. Well, his charisma's +5, so I don't think that makes it. So, yeah, they take full damage from that bitch. And they are pushed 10 feet away.
Ooh.
10. 5, 10. And they take 2d8. That's a d6. Ah! I've dropped my die. 4. 7. That one is poofed. 7. Totally poofed. Yeah, as he strikes his power chord, they are blasted away and just in these like little motes of ash and flame, and that dissipate in the day, in the waning light of the day, because it's getting kind of late. Next is Helga.
Helga is going to attack whatever is closest.
You cannot technically reach the okay, so it's about we'll call it the air elemental-esque monster is about 10 feet away from you and like 20 feet up above you.
Throw a javelin at it.
Go for it.
Alright, I keep having to put my dice back in the bag because the cat will come and eat them.
Okay, you're gonna have to get to your javelin, so you're gonna move 5, 10, 15 feet to get to your javelin, but you still have a pretty solid, you have a solid, view on it.
Helga, stand back. If you whiff this, I have a plan.
Oh, okay. Does Soot say all that?
You hear
No,
the voices
just-
from above say.
Soot just squawks and waves his
What'd you get, Helga?
hand.
14 to hit.
That misses. Your javelin does not turn into lightning, because you can only do that once a day, and it just goes flying off, and it's caught up in the storm sphere and, like, thrown, you hear a, ah! As it nearly misses Oran on the opposite side.
Sorry.
Soot laughs again.
Helga growls, sorry, friend.
All right, anything else you'd like to
Sorry,
do
Dad.
for your turn, Helga?
Can I throw another thing at it? Throwing things at it till something hits.
Sure, do you have another thing to throw at it?
But I have hand axes.
Go
Throw
for
a
it.
rock.
Just picks up nearest rock. Throws Soot at it.
Throw a Soot!
Oh.
No, don't throw Soot.
19.
19,
Wow.
that does actually hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hand axe. Hold on.
I want to say it's a d6.
Yeah, you're right. 4 plus 4, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage.
10 dablage. All
Take
right.
that. Ha
Aha! All right.
Helga's
You throw
happy
it
now.
and it doesn't necessarily stick into it, but you see a bit of like its form kind of cut away, and then it slowly kind of starts to reform a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have the same kind of shape
Oomph.
to it. Not
Doesn't
as
have
much
the
oomph. Like its opacity
sorry,
got
I-
turned down a little bit.
Guys, I kicked my cat on accident.
Oh
Cruel parent.
No, I was just moving my leg and she was like there. I didn't realize she was there. She's
no!
fine.
Worst Nini ever. Anyway.
She's fine. She's used to it because she always lays at the end of my bed.
So it's your turn.
Okay, perfect. I responsibly cast Sacred Flame at it.
All right.
I like how you added responsibly.
What is the?
Yeah.
All right, so you cast Sacred Flame, and that's a Dexterity saving throw.
Correct.
Sacred Flame. What is it?
Hmm?
What is it?
Oh, the actual
go-
description of it. It's a flame-like radiance.
No. What's the target? What's your spell save DC?
Oh. It is. Let me check again because I keep forgetting. 15.
He rolled a 5. Go ahead and roll full damage.
My shorts, sir. Say this in bird. Hold on.
You
I
say
have
it's
to find
in bird. Tweet,
To find it.
motherfucker.
Squawk! Squawk!
it. Eat my shorts.
Yeah, so you watch as Tiff is rolling the damage. Soot thrusts out hit one of his arms, and the air around this thing seems to fold and shift a little bit into jagged little white gold flames that seem to pierce into its body from all sides. And it takes
6 damage.
6 damage.
Nice, Soot. Good job, little baby.
I
All
like
right.
Little baby
do-
bird.
I do raspberries at it.
Okay. Well, it was going to attack Helga,
Oh, shit.
but it swoops down at you and is going to make both of its great axe attacks at you.
Mm.
Fuck me.
Mm-mm.
Do I have anything for a bonus action? I don't. Well, oh wait, no, maybe I do. Hold on. I don't know if this is. I want to see. Let me just check if this is a bonus action, or if does this?
Well,
Okay.
Are you
does,
thinking of it as a
reaction.
reaction?
Not reaction.
What's the spell?
Is actually no. Is Radiance of the Dawn a reaction?
Warding flare is a reaction. Radiance of the Dawn is a thing you do on your turn.
Never mind. Okay, warding flare. Warding flare.
Yeah, Radiance of the Dawn is one of your channel divinities.
No, I panicked for a second. Okay, there are 2 axes at me.
Yeah, you can do that quite a few amount of times, actually. So yeah, go ahead and
Since
use
it's
one of your
liquid?
warding flares. That does disadvantage, you say? Is that on one attack? Or...
Stuff and you can see on the attack roll, can't be blinded, uses feature of number so this can be used a number of times equal to my wisdom modifier. So that depends, like,
well,
can I use it twice in a row?
well, you only have one reaction per turn.
Okay, fine. Then it's only one.
So,
I
yes.
assume it's one attack then.
Yes, it is a single attack. So the first one, he rolled a 4 and an 8. So does a 10 hit you?
No.
All right. So the next attack, as you shoot out some hot nasty light at it, or it's like a flashbang out of Soot's prayer wheel that just seems to cause it to miss entirely. However, the next one is a 16 to hit.
Ah, that hits. That hits
All right.
exactly.
So, oh shit! So on the backswing, it catches you, and you get
Motherfucker, did you roll like
So
high?
that's 16 points of slashing damage to you, Soot. I rolled max damage.
I hate this.
Why would you do that to the baby?
You hurt the baby, Michael. I'm
And it's-
baby.
And it's
How
once
could
again
you?
going to swoop around you and fly directly up, now 10 feet in the air. You do get a... no, you don't, because you already used your reaction. So, that's it. It's up there now.
Oh, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
How much
And it-
damage can you say again?
You took 16.
16? Okay.
Squawk.
Quack!
There we go. Better circle. Okay, so that's its turn. Katrina! You're up.
All right. I'm having trouble seeing the whole map. Let me zoom, zoom, zoom. And a boom, boom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Just shake your rump.
Make my heart go boom, boom.
That's such a throwback. Oh my god.
I thought you were going Team Umizoomi.
No. I was going Xenon Girl of the 21st century.
The only,
Wow.
the only movie that matters in 2020. I mean 20,000. 2,000? Whatever.
20,000. Yep, the year 20,000. That will definitely happen in our
Oh,
lifetime.
living in 2,000. I'm living in 20,000.
And this guy's wind, yes?
Well, you can't see shit because there's a giant storm sphere centered right here. That's 20
Oh,
feet. That's like
jeez.
40 feet across.
This is down, right?
That is down, yes.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go around as far as I can, as close as I can,
All right, so you
to
can
get within
get...
to get around the storm so I can shoot things.
Shoot it.
You can get probably to the bottom of the ravine right about here, but, well, let me see. You can go 5, 10, that'll be another 5, so 15, 20, 25. Nah, you could get to the bottom. By leaping down, you could get to the bottom, but you wouldn't be able to see it.
I wouldn't be able to see it.
No, it's just around the edge of the storm sphere.
How convenient.
Okay, I'm gonna get as close as I can then and wait it out.
Oh, you're gonna move through the storm sphere?
I'm going around the storm sphere, like
Alright.
as far as I could.
All right, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw as you leap down into these rocks. You do it twice, but I'm gonna let you only roll the one time. You're not risking.
That would be 17.
Yeah, it's only a 5-foot drop. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you leap down with a big clattering of metal, and you leap down again with a clattering of metal.
Clatter, clatter, bitch.
Clatter, clatter, bitch. And
Clatter,
Oren's
bitch.
like, oh, okay, I guess I'm coming too. Ah! And he
Sorry, buddy.
like runs after you, and he's like, oh, you're doing great, you're gonna be fine. He's gonna use his bonus action to give you he's gonna give you some inspiration as well, Katrina. So you have an inspiration die from that super inspiring speech that he just did. And
You're gonna be fine, dear.
he's gonna use his action to. I mean, you can use your action to dash actually, so you can get a little further, but you still wouldn't be able to
You
do
know what?
anything.
Yeah, let me dash to at least get to where I can shoot it.
Yeah,
as
you can
far
get
as I
like
can get.
right about here, and because you got to step back a bit to be able to see it. It is hovering in the air, but it's kind of back a bit. So
That works for me.
and Oren kind of runs with you the whole time. Kind of falls
Works
back
for
a
me.
bit because he was a distance away. But yeah, so that's what y'all's turn is. Helga, you're up.
I'm up. Hold on.
Soot, you're on deck.
Can I hit anything with melee, or do I need to go retrieve something?
There's really nothing to retrieve within your walking distance. You have your
Yeah.
other hand axe, and it's just kind of floating up there. And well, I said it was floating 10 feet off the ground, and you are currently 5 feet off of the ground, technically on a precipice. So you could do a running leap if you really wanted to tackle it.
That sounds like fun. I want to tackle it.
It is a creature that does not seem to be fully corporeal, so I can't guarantee how that would work.
Oh god.
Can I leap at it and make an axe attack at it?
You can absolutely do that.
Absolutely.
5, 10, 15. You can absolutely do that. So you leap at it, and as you jump up in the air, I just need you to make a general dexterity check to see if you can, make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, to, like, get
Wait,
up
I
there.
thought you said dexterity.
I changed my
all
mind.
Of the above? All of the above. Okay.
Any
All
of those.
them and combine the
Acrobatic.
numbers.
Acrobatics or athletics.
Your choice.
Ooh. Well, I rolled a 17 to start, so I think I'll be good. But let's do athletics and make it a 24.
Okay, yeah, so that you totally get to it, and you can now make your attack. Yeah, so, Helga, you charge. Wait, you're raging, so you'd get advantage on any strength-based checks.
Oh, cool. Hold on.
You want to roll it again to see if you get like a natural 20 for the athletics?
Sure. I rolled a 16 to attack just then. I did not get a nat 20.
Okay. 16 total to attack?
Yeah, no, 16 plus my plus 7. The 7 is 13, so 24.
Yeah, that
23,
definitely
sorry.
hits.
Yay!
Roll your damage.
You roll the damage. Oh, 11 plus 15, 17 to hit, or 17 damage.
Okay.
Doublage.
17 damage. That's really good. Way to go. It's definitely not looking too good. It's
as
mostly
much
just
as
an
a tornado cannot look good.
yeah, as much as a tornado, it's less of a tornado or a hurricane, and now it's kind of more of a like a I don't know, you know how leaves kind of twist around in the wind a bit? It's really there's not much form there. It still has those terrible glowing eyes, but that's kind of most of its form right now. It doesn't seem to have much of one. However,
So it's just like a little baby twister.
however,
Sad.
that axe does form again as you land on the ground 10 feet below it, which is outside of its melee range, which means that it does get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
fuck
You
that.
see, the parkour looked cool, but was it worth it?
Well, it was because it rolled an 8, so...
Hey.
Alright, Soot, you're up.
Choose parkour. How is this monster looking?
Not too good.
Not too good. Okay. And Helga is hanging off of them, or is not hanging off of them.
No, Helga is now beneath it, like, in the position
yeah,
you're seeing, but, like, 10 feet below it on the ground, just like you.
Oh, okay. Good.
I am safe on ground.
Okay. Cool. These are all dangerous to my human fleshy friend.
What?
You're also quite fleshy.
Yes. Let's.
Do you only have area of effect attacks?
Either touching or area effect. Yeah.
That's the
But
struggle of being a cleric.
You know what? I'm just gonna aim upward. I'm gonna rush to where Helga is, aim upward, and cast Sacred Flame again.
Okay. Isn't Sacred Flame like a distance spell?
Oh. I don't think so.
Sacred
Flame
Flame is
Activate.
absolutely a ranged spell. Are you thinking of a different spell?
What? I'm imagining, okay, how I imagine Sacred Flame is like a cone coming out of my hand.
Okay, that is Burning Hands. Sacred Flame is you point at something and godlights come down and burn it. More or less. We can visualize it however you'd like, but it is a ranged attack, so it's not going to hurt Helga. It's not like a laser you're shooting out.
Okay, well, all the same then. I would... Okay, then I guess I don't need to move. I would still like to cast Sacred Flame.
Absolutely.
Or, hold on. Maybe Burning... Now that you mentioned Burning Flames... No, yeah, I'll just do Sacred.
Sacred Flame,
Flame.
alright. Dexterity
Sacred
saving
Flame,
throw.
do it.
That is a 17 dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that saves.
Alright, no damage at all. It seems to shift out of the
Damn.
way, recognizing the folding light around it. This one seems to be far more intelligent than the others, but it doesn't seem to be backing down at all.
Hate it when that happens.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
It's going to rush forward and attempt to take you out, Soot.
Real quick, healing word myself. Heal!
Okay, yeah, you have your bonus action, so go ahead and heal yourself.
Do that real quick.
Fana!
Fana saved me. Okay, I dropped that D4, so I'm gonna roll a different one. That would be... Okay, cool. I'm just gonna add that real quick.
I love how my cartoon Orog is, like, causing y'all to panic a little bit. It's nice. It makes me feel special.
Okay, yeah, just healed
You
myself for
need
6
special.
points, so... Gonna...
Nice.
Baby!
So
yeah,
that,
you're squishy.
Yep,
Yeah, so-
I'm squishy.
that first attack is a 6 to hit. And the
It's not
second attack is a fuck. It's
Is
a
it fuck?
it's a 14 to hit.
It's not hit.
Tits. Yeah, it swipes and it seems to look around and see that it's kind of in danger, and it's going to rush back into its own storm sphere. Gonna try to hide. Both of you have melee attacks of opportunity.
Ooh.
Both of who? Me?
Yeah, you
Hey,
and Soot.
Hey.
You're both so
Hey.
close to it. Just left her.
Hold on.
Does a 26? Does a 26 hit?
It certainly does. You want to roll me some damage?
I'm gonna be using my sling.
You can only use a melee weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna use my mace. It's the same amount of thing. Yeah,
Same amount of
Whatever.
thing.
same amount of thing.
Did we say that your mace is just something you keep on your hip, or that it's just your prayer wheel that you just beat people over the head with?
I think it's just my prayer wheel because I don't think Soot actually would. Well, we gotta figure that out.
I mean, we can decide right now.
Maybe
Are you
he
hitting it with your prayer wheel of reinforced whatever it is?
That's his. No, I
Reinforced
feel like,
God.
no, I feel like he has a. That's his holy symbol. He's not gonna use that to deal
Clobber.
clobber.
All right,
has
so
an
he just
actual
has
mace
a
mace.
yeah, he has a little mace on his hip. We'll say that. All right, so you whip it out and just crack it, super quick.
Real quick, trying to remember.
Hmm.
10.
Hmm?
10 damage. 10 bludgeoning damage.
10 bludgeoning damage. That'll do it. But how?
Nice announcer voice.
But how?
That's not right. Was that a 6? Was that a d6?
Oh my god.
He's like, come on, I'm trying to.
How
Anyway,
much did you
yeah.
roll?
It was okay. I rolled a. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, it was a 6 plus 3, 9. That was a 9. Never mind.
9? Okay. It had exactly 9 hit points left.
Perfect.
Amazing.
All right, so how does this look, Soot?
Okay, so Seth whips out his mace, and while he takes a swing for it, I like the idea that the wind kind of whips it out of his hands and clobbers it right under the chin, or the approximation of where its chin would be, and like does like a cartoonish KO.
Yeah, like fucking what's it called? Street Fighter, basically. It does like the slow-mo like back thing, and then it slowly dissipates into the
Yeah.
air, leaving only a slight faint green glow for a moment, and then it's gone. And the area
Oh,
around you is quiet.
too quiet. Attack!
No,
No, it's
Don't attack
bedtime.
the walls again.
So, thank you all so much for being here, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast app. If you're listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out. All of you people who are now listening to us, and I do see you there, I do see the stats for that. Thank you all for joining us. Please, we ask that you be patient. We are working on a episode 0 kind of thing where we introduce all the characters and the players, and it'll kind of make the story a little easier to jump into, especially with how bad the audio quality of episode 1 is, not to mention how long it is. So bear with us on that. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment about your favorite part and your predictions for the next episode. Our episodes are going to be changing a recording date. We're still uploading them on Fridays, but we're going to be changing our recording dates to Mondays because that might work a little bit better for us. So bear with us. Things might shift around a little bit, especially with it coming into the holiday season. So just, if you would please, just bear with us on that. But All of these regular episodes can be found on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iTunes every Friday, and on YouTube. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe, share some love, and tell a story. Good night.